what we're talking about today, I'll kind of name it how I would say it, but I would love to hear how you would say it too, is kind of like we were talking about something last week, talking about how feelings and emotions can be like demonized. On the flip side of that, I think that our thoughts and our intellect and our logic can be idolized, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like how we continue to idolize our thoughts, idolize our logic
Mm-hmm.
in the church.
Right.
And it's almost like if it sounds good, if it sounds wise, if it sounds logical, like it makes sense, like that kind of gets precedence over like the process and the experience.
Yep.
And so that's something I've noticed lately that I've really, really wanted to dive into.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like call that or name that, or like how do you see it?
I would say it's interesting that you're calling it out in the church. That's definitely an important perspective. For me, it's also when I've gone through life and I'm idolizing like things man has written over almost like trusting God or trusting the process. I'm like, well, I read this book, I should do it this way, versus knowing what's right in my journey. I think that's like
tell me more. I love that.
I think that even like, we're business owners.
Yeah.
And I think there's so many things on how to do it.
So many, Lord Jesus.
And when you're educated and stuff, you learned vast number of things on how to do it. And I think sometimes in my business ownership journey, I can cite you, all the things that this author said, and sometimes not trust God or just wait for my own answers.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just trying to get all the knowledge, and that's not a bad thing. Like, knowledge is awesome.
Right.
Different perspectives is awesome. But being able to stop and say, what's right for me? Like, God, what do you want me to do? And not idolizing just that one form of knowledge. But God also is a knowledge source. He's the most important knowledge source.
You get all knowledge, wisdom, and understanding there.
And there's a process in that. Like, I think of this, I told you I'm going through David's story, now Solomon's story. And when Solomon became king, like, he literally could have been like, I got it. I saw my daddy do it. When he did this and he did this, so I know how to do this. And instead, he literally said, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Can you help me? Can you help me lead your people? Like that difference. Like, this dad was king. He could have just said, I got it.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah. That's almost making me think like what you're modeling. Literally, like, so let's say I'm Solomon. If I'm looking at my dad, like, what is he modeling to me? And I think what's really cool is that he modeled to him what it looked like to like be in submission to the Lord, right? Like how to have relationship with God.
Yep. Yeah. Also, like, why Solomon probably. Yeah. Look at you. Other perspective. Both people in the story took it from. Yeah, exactly. Though.
Yeah, it's fascinating, right? Like, how can you take information and understand it in terms of like its overall perspective and not just that thing.
Right.
Hey, real quick. Are you sick and tired of getting into the same fights with your partner over and over again? Are you sick of feeling misunderstood and disconnected? If so, I get it, which is why I created an ebook just for you. In Crushing Conflict, you're going to get a guide about how to get out of the chaos. You're going to learn why you keep getting stuck in the same cycle over and over again. You're going to learn how to get unstuck with several practical tools. And you're going to learn how you can create lasting change in your relationship. If that's you, I invite you to click the link in the description below and grab your copy today. I hope that blesses you.